Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about another symptom, a symptom that I've been having a bit of a flare up lately, post exosomes. I may have already made a video about this particular symptom. It's what I would consider a psychiatric symptom, and that is compulsive buying. And the reason I call it compulsive buying and not compulsive spending is because it's focused around purchasing a lot of kind of the same item. So I don't know, I just feel like compulsive buying is a little bit more accurate than compulsive spending. So I may have done a video about this. It's been a while though, because I haven't had a flare up of this symptom in quite some time. Like I said, I believe it's a neurological symptom, probably is related to inflammation, and also it might also be related to increased anxiety, isolation, that kind of thing. Because I have had a little bit of a flare up of it during the pandemic as well. I've had this one on and off for several years. And like I said, I'm pretty sure I made a video about this before. I don't think it's in my symptom playlist, but that's why I kind of wanted to make this video, and I'll definitely add this one to the symptom playlist because I feel like this is one of those symptoms that is very, what's the term, like insidious. It's something that you don't really notice, and it comes and goes, and because it has that sort of coming and going type of pattern, I do feel that it's something that is like inflammatory, and also could be, a stress response. So this started several years ago when I moved back home. So I came back to live with my parents, and I think I had probably paid off my debt. So I was maybe in a little bit better of a financial place. Because I know that if I'm really broke, I probably won't be spending money. And I'm not spending thousands and thousands of dollars, although I can, I can see how that can happen with other people, that may be even more ill or that have other kinds of psychiatric conditions. I mean, we do see this like with bipolar disorder and stuff like that, they'll have episodes where they will be spending a lot of money or engaging in a lot of kind of reckless behavior. So the first time this happened to me, I was like obsessed with cardigans. And I think cardigans were really, and you heard that right, cardigans, sweaters. And I think they were in style at the time. Just those like grandpa sweaters, button up, oversized sweaters. And I got one, and then I was like, oh, I want another one. And then I would see another one. And I'm also a reseller. So I would see a lot of this on, apps like Poshmark, Mercari, and I was like, oh, I like that sweater. And what happens is that it becomes sort of like an anxiety type of response. I'll see something, and that there's other people that like the item, and because you could see how many likes the item has on the app, and then you go, oh no, if it has a lot of likes, someone else might buy it. I better buy it now before someone else gets it. It might be the only one of its kind. It might be the last one of its kind. If somebody takes it, I'll never get it. It's this sort of kind of almost like a rumination where I wouldn't be able to stop thinking about it until I purchased the item. And the only way to relieve that anxiety and that rumination was to buy the item and to have it in my possession. That's why I feel that this is a neurological symptom. I don't think it's so much like I'm bored or I'm stressed out, because once I buy the item, it sort of calms that anxiety. Obviously, these apps are designed to do that to you as well, because you can see how many other people are liking the item and could possibly buy the item. And again, not expensive stuff, not designer stuff, literally just something where I was like, that's my size, I like the style, and I want it. So, and like I said, I fixate on one category at a time. So the first time this happened, it was cardigans. Then it became handbags. Then it became like a specific brand of handbag. Then I had an episode, I think a couple years ago, I think when the pandemic started, with gold jewelry. And I actually blew my entire stimulus check on gold jewelry. And by the way, I only got one stimulus check. Those of us who are disabled only got one stimulus check. And so the whole thing went on gold jewelry. And again, it was that anxiety of, if I don't buy this, the price is really good. I'll never find it at that good of a price. If I don't buy it now, someone else will get it. Or I'm never going to find it at that price again. I'm actually wearing some of that gold jewelry now. So eventually, I want to say eventually I satisfy the craving, but I don't think it's so much that I satisfy the craving that it tapers off, it wears off, and it actually becomes overwhelming. So the anxiety shifts and I become overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that I have that's similar, right? Too many cardigans. I don't have space in my closet. I need to get rid of them. Or I realize I can't keep spending money. Not that I'm going broke, but that I know that it's, I just can't keep spending it. I have bills, I have medical stuff. So I start getting sort of like, I guess like a hoarder. Like it's just too much stuff. And I don't like being overwhelmed with so many things. My room is not huge, and the anxiety starts shifting to something else. So I need to open up my space. And so then I start selling, I'm a reseller, so at least I can sell some of this stuff and get rid of it. The funny thing is that I never miss the stuff, and I rarely regret letting it go. I mean, maybe once or twice I've regretted selling something that I had bought. But for the most part, it's a relief to get rid of it. That's why I'm saying this is a neurological issue, because the anxiety of not having it, and needing to buy it in order to sort of resolve that anxiety. And then suddenly I just don't care anymore. And it's like, I need to get rid of all this stuff. And suddenly the stuff that I needed to relieve my anxiety is now giving me anxiety. So I have to get rid of it. So I do think that is a neurological type of situation. It's like once that flare up passes, then I'm sitting, and I'm feeling claustrophobic in a room full of stuff that I'm not going to use either, because, nobody needs 10 handbags. I can't use 10 handbags, and it would give me anxiety that I wasn't using all of them. So I got rid of most of them. I still bought a few more after, but now I'm looking more at, is it practical? Is it something that's going to fit all my stuff? That kind of thing. The other thing too, and I spoke about this, I think I made a video talking about, what things can I get joy out of, or what things can we as sick people get some joy out of? And there are very, very few things that we can enjoy. And for me, one thing that I've noticed is the things that I buy are things that I can enjoy. So typically I won't buy, like it's not food. I'm not binging on food or buying a bunch of food because I can't eat a lot of food, or I can't eat a wide variety of foods. And even with clothing, a cardigan is something that you put over your clothing. So it doesn't matter if it fits me big, it's fine because I'm putting it over my clothes. Something like shorts or tank tops or something like that is a little bit different, because I do need to be careful with what I wear, and make sure that it's comfortable. So I'm not compulsively buying certain items of clothing, or for example, shoes. I have very, very sensitive feet. So I'm not going to be buying a ton of shoes because I know 9 times out of 10, I can't wear them at all. Handbags was another thing that I was like, it's not something that I need to be particular about the size. A handbag is something that I carry, and not even really that much. I go to the post office and it just goes along with me in the car. So, these were things that were sort of unproblematic, that my health really didn't interfere with my use of them. Jewelry is another thing, kind of, I can wear jewelry. I'm not really gaining weight or losing weight. So, and it pretty much stays out of my way. I could put on a necklace. The only thing is that I am allergic to some on my ears. So I just wouldn't buy earrings. I would buy bracelets or a necklace or something like that. So I've been experiencing a flare up in the last couple of days or this past week, where now I'm like obsessed with like sports bras, athleisure, that kind of thing. And the issue with this new flare up is that I'm not a fan of tight clothing. I'm very uncomfortable in tight or fitted clothing. Everything that I wear, and I talked about this in my athleisure video, that things sort of have to be like a size up in order to fit me comfortable. I, you know, I went through a legging phase a few years ago, but then I felt like uncomfortable with leggings because they were so, I guess, not tight or fitted on my legs. So now I'm kind of going through this phase where I'm like compulsively buying, sports bras and, bike shorts and leggings and things like that. And I'm just like, am I ever really going to be able to wear this stuff? Because I don't like fitted clothing. The good thing is that I can always return this stuff, to the store. I try it on. If it's not comfortable, I can take it back. Whereas a lot of the handbags and stuff that I was buying were on reseller platforms, and you can't really return that unless it's damaged. You can't really return it, to the seller. So I'm pretty sure I lost a lot of money with those things. But, sometimes with something like this, I feel like it is low risk because, like I said, as long as I keep the tags on, I can try it on. If I feel that it's too tight or too uncomfortable, I can actually return it to the store. And I know where the stores are at. I know exactly where they are. I'm in and out very quickly in order to return these items. And so, I feel like it's not harmful to sort of satisfy this particular flare up, because I can return the item. I can try it on. If I don't like it, if I don't like the way it fits, I can just return it. It's when I become, too attached to the item. And also if it's uncomfortable, I definitely won't keep it. Like there's a sports bra that I got yesterday that is definitely too tight and doesn't feel comfortable. And I'm definitely returning that. So yeah, that's what is happening right now. I'm going to add this to my symptom playlist. Let me know if you guys have a symptom like this or something similar down in the comments, or any kind of weird psychiatric stuff. I may do a series on psychiatric or psychological symptoms. I think that might be very helpful for a lot of us. But yeah, that's my compulsive buying symptom. And so I think that's all I have for you guys today. So please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.